Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. If a man knows more than others, he becomes lonely. Even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness, and the word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. What did you do as a child that made the hours pass like minutes? Herein lies the key to your earthly pursuits. For better to come, good must stand aside. We are not what happened to us, we are what we wish to become. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. The soul needs your recklessness, not your wisdom. Life really does begin at 40. Up until then, you are just doing research. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, in order to avoid facing their own soul. Shame is a soul-eating emotion. Midlife is the time to let go of an over-dominant ego and to contemplate the deeper significance of human existence. Wholeness is not achieved by cutting off a portion of one's being, but by integration of the contraries. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. A man who has not passed through the inferno of his passions has never overcome them. We cannot change anything unless we accept it. Condemnation does not liberate, it oppresses. Man cannot stand a meaningless life. Where love rules, there is no will to power. And where power predominates, love is lacking. The one is the shadow of the other. Man can endure the hardest trials if he sees meaning. The whole difficulty lies in creating that meaning. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darknesses of other people. Depression is like a woman in black if she turns up. Don't shoo her away. Invite her in. Offer her a seat. Treat her like a guest and listen to what she wants to say. Knowledge rests not upon truth alone, but upon error also. If an attractive woman is single, it's because she's smarter than everyone else. Don't hold on to someone who's leaving. Otherwise, you won't meet the one who's coming. As any change must begin somewhere, it is the single individual who will experience it and carry it through. The change must indeed begin with an individual. It might be any one of us. Nobody can afford to look round and to wait for somebody else to do what he is loath to do himself. If the path before you is clear, you're probably on someone else's. Where your fear is, there is your task. Thinking is difficult, that's why most people judge. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. The shoe that fits one person pinches another. There is no recipe for a living that suits all cases. The greatest tragedy of the family is the unlived lives of the parents. To ask the right question is already half the solution of a problem. Man needs difficulties. They are necessary for health. Loneliness does not come from having no people about one, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to oneself, or from holding certain views which others find inadmissible. If you are a gifted person, it doesn't mean that you gain something. It means you have something to give back. The least of things with a meaning is worth more in life than the greatest of things without it. Your vision will become clear only when you can look into a heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens. Every form of addiction is bad, no matter whether the narcotic be alcohol, morphine, or idealism. We are born at a given moment, in a given place, and like vintages of wine, we have the qualities of the year and of the season in which we are born. The healthy man does not torture others. Generally, it is the tortured who turn into torturers. Like plants, so men also grow, some in the light, others in the shadows. There are many who need the shadows and not the light. Woe betide those who live by way of examples. Life is not with them. If you live according to an example, you thus live the life of that example. But who should live your own life if not yourself? So live yourselves. Shrinking away from death is something unhealthy and abnormal, which robs the second half of life of its purpose. The greatest and most important problems of life are all in a certain sense insoluble. They can never be solved, but only outgrown. What we walk away from, shying away from, ostensibly forgetting, is dangerously close to us, and eventually it will return, but with redoubled force. In each of us there is another whom we do not know. Where wisdom reigns, there is no conflict between thinking and feeling. Every human life contains a potential. If that potential is not fulfilled, that life was wasted. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. Don't rush to help those who haven't asked you to, because not everyone who is drowning needs a hand, someone to drown. We have chosen these quotes from Carl Jung, which we hope will help you understand yourself better. He was one of the first psychologists who introduced the idea of analytical psychology and popularized it to the world. Thank you for watching this video.